Luiza, and if there is anyone who had been imposed to change their mind when it came to choosing a field to be engaged in, I joined the banner of yours. All parents wish their children only the best, sure. That's why most adults persist in efforts to reveal benefits of demanded, well-paid occupations, such as lawyers, doctors, managers, entrepreneurs, and others. Undoubtedly, these professions are essential, complicated, even noble. But the greater part of parents, unfortunately, aims at income size and future stability for their offspring, aren't they? And here, the main reason not to immerse yourself into the art sphere as a permanent workplace is due to quite strong prejudice. It's the prospects of miserable revenue, which is thought to be an indispensable feature and part of all artists and art historians. Indisputably, there are many vivid examples of cultural figures having undergone misery. It's, for example, brilliant Russian artists such as Ilya Repin or Konstantin Korovin and Isaac Levitan. It's the most outstanding impressionists such as Vincent van Gogh or Gauguin, even Rembrandt. However, all these genius people couldn't live without creating. Moreover, they didn't even grumble at any difficulties they had to run into, since it was their only true desire. Those people had managed to draw power and inspiration from their harsh lives and created in severe living conditions, as there was something much more than just money. Their lust for life and for art didn't see any obstacles because they felt alive while creating. And now, have you ever asked yourself what arouses an interest in your life? To answer this question, I just want to remind you of one beautiful quote from Dead Poets Society by Cranebaum. Medicine, business, law, engineering, these are noble pursuits and essential to sustain life. But poetry, beauty, romance, and love, these are what we stay alive for. And I'm sure that each of you have at least once been mesmerized while looking at a picture, movie, ballet, while listening to an orchestra music or reading either a poem or novel. And interestingly, those genius people who generated masterpieces were engaged in art. They studied a lot and weren't amateur at all. Many of them, like Vincent van Gogh, were unrecognized during their lives. But fame wasn't that thing they craved for. They lusted for creating. So, my acquaintance with the art world started a few years ago when I was just browsing in a local library to take something for a trip. Then I noticed one book misplaced. It was called Mysteries of Old Paintings, written by Anisimova, who was a Soviet art historian. In that book, she described her professional experience of revealing and consequently filling the gaps in painting's histories. And as soon as I finished it, I had become determined to devote myself to the art field. And now I often hear my elder brother trying to talk me out of the idea, but all his efforts are still in vain, because I don't want my occupation to pose the burden of my life. I want to bathe in my work and feel pleasure in its process. I consider it to be the main criteria while choosing a life path at any age. So, nowadays, in Russia, in addition to volunteering in exhibitions and auctions, young artists are created by experienced artists and art historians who want to help aspiring people to get noticed and evolve. This way, in Moscow, since 2016, there have been few significant organizations. It's, for example, Sample Gallery, Gogol Foundation Residency, and others. Many of those organizations were founded by either artists or art historians who wanted to give a helping hand to talented generation by organizing cultural evenings, elucidating modern arts in moderate price shows and online lessons, by cooperating with novice collectors, and many other ways to help them. Moreover, all these organizations were founded and intended to help young artists to get rid of any fears and self-doubt, as there are many people who want to promote the beginners. Therefore, don't be afraid of art. Create, suggest, come up with your own ideas, make mistakes, and work. Work not to live up to someone's expectations, but to realize yourself and live your life to the fullest. Thank you.